Alright, my name's ArtJohn. I'm an artist and an educator, and this channel is all about sharing great art techniques so you can have brilliant art lessons with pupils, your children, your brothers, your sisters, your nieces, your nephews, anyone you like. For those of you who've been subscribing, you'll know that I've not uploaded a video for quite a while, and that's because I got married and I've been on honeymoon. But that honeymoon is definitely over. So it's a new term next week, back to school and all that. I'm sure some of you already gone back, but I'm not sure that this is appropriate. That'll do. So let's start this term off with something really simple but very effective. Now, I love making artwork for artwork's sake, but I think it's really great when you create a piece of artwork that you can then use to support other areas of the curriculum. And this technique will really help you with your creative literacy teaching. We're going to learn how to make figurative sculpture using tinfoil. And quick disclaimer, I did not invent this technique. In fact, I have no idea who did, but I've been using it for years and it's too good not to share. You see, one of the problems is that we often ask our children when they're creating stories to create characters that have depth and are really interesting. And what really happens is children fall into stereotypes and cliches. And that's because it's very hard to imagine a character without being able to see it. And that's where these tinfoil figures really come into their own. In a matter of seconds, they can create something that they can bend and twist and manipulate so that they can physically see how their character is feeling. You know, for instance, this character here could be elated. Perhaps they've just won a race or won a victory in a war. But with a few quick movements, they can suddenly feel down, sad, distraught. And then your pupils can use language from what they can see. So they could describe this character as having slumped shoulders, knees bent up to their chin, leaning forward in an act of despair. You know, I'm just making that up, but it really would help your pupils with their development of stories. I mean, it's not going to make them grow any taller, but vegetables might. This is so easy. Grab yourself a sheet of tinfoil and don't worry if it's a bit rough around the edges, it really doesn't matter. All you will need are 3 cuts. The first cut is straight down the middle, about 1/3 of the length of the sheet. Then use the width of your hand to measure for the other 2 cuts. It really does not need to be accurate. Once you've cut them, you should have 2 flaps at the bottom and 3 flaps at the top. Take the 2 flaps at the bottom and slowly and gently start to squeeze them. I mean really gently. You'll probably have some pupils rip the foil at this point, but it doesn't matter. Tinfoil is mega cheap, so just give them another piece. Next, take the 3 flaps above and squeeze the 2 on the side, leaving the middle one alone. We'll deal with that one later. Right, so now you're going to have something that looks a bit like a rotisserie chicken. So take the middle and squeeze it together with both hands. And you'll probably see where this is going now. Take the arms and legs, squeeze them a little bit more and it will start to take shape. Okay, so for that last flap, you want to take your hand and squeeze it like you're squeezing a lemon so that you create a ball shape. This is going to be your head. Okay, so now you've got your basic human shape, so squeeze it a little bit more along the arms and legs so that it gets a little bit stronger and a little bit more lifelike. And if your arms are a bit long, just fold them over and squeeze them together until you're happy with them. And now that it's made, you can have a play with it, twist it into different positions and try to see how many different examples of body language you can make. It really is that easy. Now the thing about these is they're obviously not permanent and they're not going to last very long at all, but you've got plenty of tin foil, it's cheap as chips, so you can always make more. But you can use these to make permanent artworks using photography. So what I would do is you make your figure stand up like this, and then when you take your phone or whatever camera you have, If you take a photograph from high up, it makes the character look really small. But if you take the photograph from low down, like this, pointing up, you can make it look like it's at the human scale, and that adds real drama to the sculptures, makes them look really great. And another top tip, if you take some of your display paper that you've just got knocking around, particularly if it's black, because no one wants the black display paper, even though it's the best, take a roll of it, unfurl it, and stick it to the wall so that you've got this nice curve. Then, when you put your sculpture on that, you've got yourself an instant photo studio ready to take the pictures of. And when you do that, you end up with photographs that look like this. Because I've taken the photographs from low down at a really tight angle, you get the drama, you get the human scale, and just get these printed up from your photocopier. It looks really good, especially in black and white. It's really that simple. And even better, just have the tinfoil in your drawer at work, and every time there's a wet play and you can't get the DVD player to work or the internet's gone down and you definitely don't want to get those board games out, give your pupils some tinfoil, they'll have a whale of a time. So I'm really excited about my next video, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. But I'm going to be showing you how to go from this to using wire, Mod Rock, tissue paper and PVA glue to make really awesome figurative sculptures that are full of personality, that just look amazing. You're going to love it. Alright?